Dippy the red engine works all over the Western Valley Railway. He shunts freight cars in the quarries. He goes along the sandy beaches. But there is one place that Dippy loves the most, the old windmill on his branch line. One morning, Dippy was going to the station to pick up an important passenger. He was very excited. Dippy arrived at the station. Kyle was already there. Dippy told Kyle about the important passenger. "I wish you good luck on that special job, Dippy, but I do wish Miss Edwards would have chosen me to do it." "Well, I'm sure you'll get your chance next time." Then, the important passenger arrived on the bus. The passenger looked very smart. "Dippy, you must take this gentleman to the old windmill on your branch line." Dippy was excited. "Right away, Miss Edwards." And away Dippy went with the man boarding the train. They headed straight for the branch line, and they went to the windmill. Dippy stopped, and the passenger got out to look at it. He kept walking around and looking at the windmill. I wonder what he's doing. The man walked around different parts and kept looking at the windmill. At last, he went back to board the coaches, and away they went. They arrived back at the station. "You must take me back to the windmill tomorrow, Dippy." "Of course, sir. I will see you tomorrow." Just then, Sandy pulled in. "Hello, Dippy. I've heard you're taking a passenger to the windmill. What happened to it?" "Oh, it's nothing personally. He was just walking around it and looking at it. We were there for a few minutes until he's back on board and I have to take him home." "I see. But I've got to be careful around him if I were you, Dippy." "What do you mean?" "The man is a property developer, and he's going to knock the windmill down." "Are you sure? I don't think he would do that." "Maybe not, but my driver had heard news of some people becoming property developers, so I believe that passenger you took is one of them. You have to be cautious if anything goes wrong. You just can't trust these people." And Sandy puffed away. Dippy looked puzzled. He wasn't sure what she was talking about. But then he thought of an old windmill and wondered if it was true that the passenger was going to knock it down. Dippy didn't go back to the sheds that night. He then went to the goods sheds in the yards. "I must make a plan to stop the passenger from going to the windmill to knock it down. If Sandy says he's a property developer, then I must do so." The next morning, Dippy pulled into the station. The passenger was already there. He boarded the coaches, and away they went. They were approaching the branch line. "Now for my plan." With a huff and a puff, Dippy went right past the switches. "Dippy, what are you doing? You've made us pass the branch line." The driver tries to stop Dippy, but he couldn't. They had to pull him into a siding. "What's wrong with you, Dippy? This isn't like you to avoid the branch line." Dippy said nothing. He looked away crossly and refused to budge. Just then, Miss Edwards arrived on board Taffy. I can't make him move, Miss Edwards. He didn't want to go back to the branch line. Dippy, explain yourself. Dippy told Miss Edwards about what Sandy had said. Miss Edwards laughed. She took the passenger to show to Dippy. Dippy, what Sandy says was just a made-up story. You shouldn't be taking it too seriously. Now then, this man is an artist. He is going to paint the windmill, and he wants you to be in it. Oh, thank you, Miss Edwards. And I'm terribly sorry about what happened, sir. I've been silly to think you're going to knock down the old windmill. I didn't know you were an artist to begin with. That's alright, Dippy. At least now we can go back to the branch line so I can start painting a wonderful picture of you and the windmill. And with that being said, Dippy's fireman went to change the switches. And away they went along Dippy's branch line. They went straight to the windmill, and they stopped where the artist got out to start painting. That night at the junction, the artist showed all the engines his painting picture. The engines all thought it was amazing, and Dippy was very proud. So this is the famous windmill. It looks splendid you were in it, Dippy, and I was wrong to tell you that the man was a property developer. I didn't know he was an artist until now. That's alright, Sandy. At least now you know that the artist has done wonders of all the engines. And Miss Edwards says his picture is going straight to the station wall, so everyone can look at it.